Welcome back to Ringworm. This video is sponsored by no one. If you find yourself living in a tent in the middle of the woods, attempting to put a sidewalk light 20 feet up on top of a broken tree, no one is there to help you if you fall. Get no one. I've got no one. And it's great. Now that I have a little tiny generator, I can bring my industrial sewing machine out here. I've got a portable machine, and use a nice big picnic table. And I'm gonna make a cover for my stove, my camp stove that I cook everything on. I've got it on a board, and every night I have to take it inside the lean-to in case it rains or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a little cover that'll go over this and maybe fit a couple other things on here. Be super simple, probably just like a rectangle. Then I got a couple other little things, some gloves that are torn, a hat, put some hang loops on my chaps, stuff like that. So usually save all that stuff up, do it all at once. So it'd be kind of fun to sit out here in the woods and get the machine out and make some stuff. But it's still early, it's like in the 50s right now. I think it's supposed to be mid-60s later on. So I'm gonna save that sitting there at the picnic table for an hour or two till the middle of the day when it's warmer. So right now, I want to put this, I've got a bunch of these little, I think they're $2 a piece, these little driveway lights, solar powered. They kind of suck. You got to smack them in order to get them to work. But I've got a couple extras. I spent the last 2-3 weeks, this whole area was solid brush and trees, down trees. And when I cleared all this out over the last year, I mean, this was all solid forest. So some of these trees got burnt, a lot of them just got chucked in piles. There's still, I don't know if you can see way back here, there's a bunch, you know, 2, 3, 4 more giant piles that I'll get through at some point. This tree broke off when I cut something else down, and I was just gonna hack it off of there, drop it, and use it for firewood or something. But I've got a couple extra driveway lights, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to stick one of them up there. Clearly, like all of my ideas, it doesn't really make any sense. It won't do me any good. This seems like a fun thing to do. It just happened. We had a couple of weeks it was pretty dry, perfect temperatures, and then we got a day or two of rain, and now the mosquitoes are out. So I had to put the bug net back up in the shower, which kind of sucks because 8:30 at night as the sun's setting and you're naked standing out here, it's not very fun to be dancing around smacking mosquitoes. So it's time. This is the way you spend your days when you live alone in the woods. And when no one is there for you. Get some. You'll love no one, just like I do. Except for my girlfriend, of course, that's completely different. Don't kill me. Just gonna take a peek up here and see if there's any spot to stick that light in. Otherwise, I'll ratchet strap this ladder to the tree, and man, it is wobbly. And cut it off with the chainsaw. Huh. You know, this feels surprisingly unstable. I wonder if the top broke off because it was not so healthy. I'm not gonna stand up here and chainsaw it. I'm just gonna stick the light in. Let's be safe, shall we? Gosh. This is what a lot of these cedars look like on the inside. I mean, even this tree could probably grow for another decade or two. I wouldn't be surprised, but the inside of them just starts rotting out after a while. See if this guy works. Yep. I tell you what, I have no fear of building sky decks and running chainsaw and all that stuff, but I still say ladders are about the most dangerous thing there is. Oh. Free key. Alright, that's good enough. One task down. The one I didn't want to do, but had to. It was just the right thing to do, you know? Man, do I need a man cave tool room or what? It's just too much junk in here. Let's see, bug nets. That's the shower. I got about 5 of these things. This is the extra large one. I don't know what it is. It's like small room size. I think I got 4 or 5. I had one. I don't know if you guys have seen the early videos, the Guitar Center, where I used to go way out in the middle of the woods and I cut a little field and hung one of these up with nothing around it and just sat out there and played guitar. I used one underneath where my four-wheeler parking is now during the summer. Hopefully I get the gazebo built soon enough so I don't use another one of these. I got one for the shower. I can't think of what the other one was. But you get these on Amazon for, gosh, I think they're like less than $20. You know what? Several people have, not several, a lot of people have asked questions about the stuff I use out here on my helmet or some of the tools or whatever, and where to get them, the trailer. I said, man, you got to have Amazon affiliate links on your videos so that you can get a little kickback when people buy it through Amazon. So I looked it up and I don't know. It's one of those things I just haven't gotten around to. But maybe if I tell you right now that you can look in the description of the video and find one of these, then I'll actually get off my butt and put links in there. Here's an interesting thing. I don't know if you guys know how this works. With Amazon affiliate links and affiliate marketing, if you click on that link and go to Amazon, anything that you buy on Amazon for 24 hours, I or whoever made the link gets a cut of. So it doesn't cost you anything more, and it's a really cool way. I wish I'd known this a long time ago. I would have done it for other channels, but it's a cool way if you want to support this channel and help keep me living out in the woods and making videos. You can just click that link. You either buy the things, or if you buy anything else within 24 hours, I'll get the credit. It'll go towards chainsaw gas and oatmeal. So click them and shop at will. All right, enough of that crap. Let's hang this up. It's kind of sad to have to close this in, but at least it means spring is here. Or summer. I'm calling it summer. Yeah, it's summer. I have no idea how I did this. It's like a steel bowl of gruel, this brain of mine. It's hard to make a square fit into a triangle, if you know what I mean. No? Okay. Kind of important to stretch this side out so it doesn't catch fire while you're in there naked. It's pretty handy. You live in a spot that's got a lot of bugs. You can put 2 strings, 2 ropes between trees and hang it from 4 or 6 or 8 points, however many you want. And you got like an instant room for whatever it is, 20 bucks. Yeah, well, the trick was that extra rope right there that was missing, and I remember I took it off in the winter because just with this little bow here, it couldn't collect snow. It started to cave in a couple times. But hey, now we got our room back. I just move this guy out of the way, step right through, step right up, on to the next. Had a little rain last night. Get out the old mop. You know how much sewing weighs? Altogether about 100 pounds. Holy schmoly. But before I get going, I need some calories. I've been drinking that, you know, that powder that's like protein powder, but it's just calories. It's like in South Park, Cartman, there was an episode of Cartman was drinking the Weight Gainer 2000 to get real buff. But that's what I'm drinking. It's a huge can of stuff that looks like a giant can of protein powder. Is 4 servings. You add water and milk, shake it up, and it's either 11 or 1300 calories, I can't believe. So I've been trying to drink one of those a day just to not waste away anymore. But I also eat real fatty, like I put high fat ground beef in here and left the fat in it, stirred it all in. It's delicious. The truth is, this is not delicious, but the fat in the beef is. This tastes like crap, but it was the highest calorie thing I had in there. Catching up on my podcast today. Skeptic's Guide to the Universe. Best podcast I've ever heard. It's totally rewired my brain, changed the way I think. I've listened to it for probably 10 years. And now I got Mindscape with Sean Carroll, talking about black holes and quantum physics and stuff, which is a little over my head, just a little bit over my head, but just, I mean, just like right here. But it's good, great show. Check it out. I could have waited to swallow before I started the camera, but now we're too deep, man. We gotta keep going. This thing is 4 servings. Look at the size of the scoop in this thing. 1 serving is 2.5 of these. Each serving, 1,250 calories, 50 grams of protein, and 250 grams of carbs. It's madness. Anyway, good stuff. If you want to get real fat, grab yourself a bunch of that. One thing that's going to be nice about sewing out here is there's a lot of light. Man, you never believe what happened. Whenever I run the generator, I like to plug everything on I can, get the most use out of the gasoline, charge the Ryobi batteries and battery packs and drone batteries and all that junk. And so I figured I'd get the computer out and while it was running, use the electricity to upload another video. And I was blindsided and mobbed and beaten completely unconscious by my sleeping bag and my pillow for almost an hour. I'm recovering now, you'll be glad to know, but it was bad. I just laying there, like not even moving. Anyway, to save further hours on the generator, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and cut out and prepare whatever. I think I got like 4 or 5 little things to sew, so get them all lined up, get everything cut out, and then I'll start the generator and sew them all up. And I just realized about these. I'm no longer a big fan. There's no chainsaw protection in the waist and crotchial area. Only from there down your legs. That's gonna have to be a little more careful from now on. It's gonna make some hang loops from an old shoelace. A good trick for industrial type sewing. Use this double-sided basting tape that they sell just for this kind of stuff to stick stuff together first, and then it stays in place while you stitch it. So just stick it on like you want. Stick it on right there, and it stays there until you're ready. As you probably noticed, I use this knife about 20 times a day, maybe more. And I can't really hang it on my belt because it jabs me. When I get used in the winter, I put a strap on my bibs to hold it kind of on the side. So I was thinking about making a couple hang loops on my work jeans. Maybe out of some of this stuff. Just pre-tape all this on here. Tape the hem underneath there, and then tape the whole thing right on where you want it. Torn zipper, ripped glove. And man, this hat is so old, but I love the way the blue brings out the, you know, the color of my lips in the winter. So I'm gonna stitch it for the 5th time. See if I can get maybe 1 more year out of that. Last thing is this. You just do like Probably just a rectangular cover. Maybe I can set it like that, and then just put the cover on, maybe a snap on either end or something, just to keep the rain off so I don't have to move it around all the time. I mean, it's just as much work to put the cover on as it is to carry it 20 feet inside, but it gets so full. I mean, there's so much stuff inside the lean-to that it'd be nice just to snap that on. See if I got some scraps. I guess if it did green, it would match the chainsaw sharpener cover. That looks big enough. Might have to do a different color for the sides. That'll be alright. That's kind of foresty. 8 by 29. Not only is this not square, but I left the raw edge on there. Might have to make the cover, see if it fits. If not, I might have to take the chainsaw to the edge of this and straighten it up. Don't you love the sound of scissors? Especially on heavy canvas, amplified through a table. Check once, cut thrice, like they always say. I have to Frankenstein this together. Might have, doesn't look like I'm gonna have enough. Might have to do multiple colors. Tell you what, it's also really nice to have this giant empty table to work on. It's another thing is sewing this kind of stuff, I always end up having to work on the floor in a kitchen or something. Yeah, this is not going to be close to enough. Well, let's cut that out, stick it together, and see how far around it'll wrap. I used to have a business doing canvas work on boats, covers and enclosures and stuff. I think I've mentioned in other videos. And when I was doing that work, I knew when I started that there had to be a certain tool out there. There's just kind of no question. This tool has to exist, and I looked all over and I couldn't find it online. So I have a 3D printer. I've done 3D printing for quite a while, so I printed out what I had in my head, and I used it for probably a year or so, and then I contacted a company, said, hey, nobody makes this thing. Do you guys want to buy these if I make them for you? And they said, absolutely. So I've been selling them. It's just one company I sell to, but it's a specialized ruler just for doing canvas work. Use one end of it to make creases like this. You put a pin in it and draw radiuses. Then you can also, the big thing I wanted it for is if you have a, like this, if you have a curved edge, which you always do on boats, and like what I did is just measure 2.5 inches in, and I'm going to fold this underneath and hem it like that. But if it's curved, there's no way to draw that 2.5 inch line. Instead of, you know, you can measure 2.5 inches, put a dot, measure 2.5, measure, and then kind of connect them. So this little guy on the edge, there's a little lip on the bottom here, so it slides right along the edge of the fabric. So you could go, this is actually, it's been a while since I've done this. This is actually how you do it. Say, oh, I want 2.5 inches, you'd stick your pen in there and drag it along the edge, and it draws that line. I'll put a link on the description if any of you guys happen to do canvas work. Probably not. That's kind of a specialized thing, but pretty handy. Let's do this sewing, yos. Alright, got a video uploading. 20-something minute video, 2.5 hours to upload. 1 bar service. Oh, the things I go through to send you videos. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Ryan, every time we see you out there, it really looks like you're sacrificing. Like this is really a struggle for you to be out there. We're so glad you go to the trouble to make these videos. Not one of you ever said that. gonna have to put some sunglasses on. The sun is bouncing right off the sewing machine there, blinding me. I wonder if anybody's ever gotten a sunburn sewing before. It's gonna be cool to have a built-in knife loop. It's nothing quite like sewing something like this going, man, that looks really good. I'm glad I took the time to do it. And then you pick it up and you sewed the other leg to sewed it into a ball. I mean, I've not ever done that before, but I imagine that would really suck. Yeah. That's pretty nice. That worked great. Just where I wanted it. I wonder if I should show you what's behind the camera. Anybody from Michigan knows Mackinac Island fudge. I'm just plowing through my last bar. Try not to eat so much sugar, but you know it was a gift, so what are you gonna do? I don't even know what flavor it's supposed to be, but it's got big chunks of caramel and it's delicious. Alright, let's put this thing together. What's up, Pete? I don't know how anybody gets by without a sewing machine. Well, I've heard there are even people out there without chainsaws, which I kind of can't imagine. But sewing machine is like one of the most useful things. Whew, I gotta hurry up and finish. Mosquitoes are starting to come out. Done. It ain't pretty, but it should do the job. Well, and the time it took to sew 7 things, 27% uploaded. Takes a long time, and the good thing is if your hands are cold, you use the phone as a hand warmer. Cooks. It is pretty stinking ugly, but I think it'll work. Thinking I'll just do like that. Probably even leave some other stuff on here. Oh yeah, it's huge. Holy cow. I don't need any snaps. You could almost lift the board up with it. Fits perfectly. Well, that was accidental. I guess that was kind of overkill just to cover up a small stove. Oh well. Maybe I'll put a little hang loop on it so I can take it off and just... I got nails everywhere sticking out of stuff. You know, mostly for safety, but also to hang stuff on. Well, that wasn't half bad. Actually went really well. You know, the one thing I haven't been able to figure out since I've been living out here is why is it I could do the same stuff I just did, some sewing and some this and some that in a house, it would be fine. It wouldn't be unenjoyable. But if you do it out here, it's actually fun. Maybe it's because it's more difficult, or because it's weird to sit out here in the middle of the woods and run a sewing machine. I have no idea. That was actually enjoyable. And I got a bunch of stuff fixed that otherwise would have been thrown out. Gloves with holes, hats with holes, zippers falling off. It's nice to do that stuff. Of course, it only took enough time to upload half a video, but I could always go plug it into my car battery for another hour or two. Well, since I got the inverter running to keep my upload going, I'm at 74%. I don't want to waste any battery power, so I'm gonna do a little editing while this thing's turned on and buzzing away. I was hoping to get down. Oh, I'm not allowed to tell you what I was hoping to get down there and do, because you don't know what's coming up. I think it's best that way. I don't want you to get too stressed out about it. But I'll finish uploading this, eat some dinner, and then maybe we'll go on a walk. I want to check all my trail cameras. They've been out for months, a couple of them, and I haven't even looked at them. And I see all sorts of puppy dog tracks up and down the muddy path, which most certainly are coyotes, but there are wolves out here, so I'm dying to get a good picture of a wolf. We'll go check them in a few. This is how I eat when I'm lazy. I don't want to cook, and I don't even want to take the time to sit down. We got some brie and crackers, brats and hot sauce, a couple kinds of hot sauce, broccoli with ranch, some yogurt. What else? Oh, chips and salsa. I just kind of pull everything out and start jamming it in my face until the hunger goes away. I'm gonna juggle these around a little bit. I think I still have cameras or pictures on this camera from the winter where there are deer standing right here. I think one with his face right in the camera. I have this camera here just to point this way because I think I showed this before, but early on, like in the first couple of months I was out here, we had a bear try to get in here. You can see the claw marks in there, and there was bear scat right back here on the ground, and a couple of times the trash can, it was empty but it was flipped over, so it's fine if they want to come here and hang out, but I need a good picture of them if it's going to happen. So whenever I leave here, I turn that camera on. The rest of them are just out in the forest on different trails, so let's go have a look, see if we see anything cool on them. Come on along with me. Where are you going? Yeehaw! It's the only spot out here I can get into third gear. Well, this camera is always loaded with deer pictures. It's kind of a three-way here. You can see deer tracks all over here. I have a salt lick out here, so I can see it's all pawed up right by it. All this is constantly chopped up from the animules. It's an old, must be an old logging road or something, but you can actually see the deer path through there. So let's have a look at this guy. Check it out. First flowers of the year. Can't remember if that's a star flower. Somebody will tell me. I think I always heard those called gay wings. Let's see how many 1,000 pictures are on this one. Oh, maybe none since there's water inside it. Yep, dead. Man, take it back and see if there's still pictures on the card. Hopefully we got a coyote or a wolf on there. If I am able to get some pictures off that, I'll share them with you. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Click like if you like. subscribe if you want to come back for more. Just had some lunch and I'm kind of wasted, and the bugs down there are making me crazy. I've got 3 different kinds of bug spray on me and I'm losing my mind. So I'm gonna sit down for a minute, have a horrible drink, tastes like cough syrup, and catch up on saying thanks to you guys. And while I do it, I've got my podcast on, listening to Talk Nerdy, and Kara's got Phil Plate on there. It's a pretty good one. So Andy and Wendy, Mike T and Philip G, thank you guys for supporting me living out here like a nutball. Josh H, thank you, sir. Corey, Adam, and Melanie, you guys are going to be friends here. Rick M, you're going next to One Runt. Couldn't figure out who the person's name was, so they're getting One Runt on the table. Eric and Corey, thank you. For those of you that don't know, I've lived out here in the woods for 1.5 years and just was going to stay out until for as long as it was fun, or as long as I had the money to do so, and recently started a Patreon account for those of you that are crazy enough to really enjoy this. And I use the money from Patreon just to keep me out here, keep me in oatmeal and beef jerky. And anybody that donates $5 or more a month, they get etched in the picnic table forever, or until it falls apart, which might be 6 to 9 months. Last but not least, Dorks, D-O-R-X. He asked for it, he's getting it. Gorgeous. Thank you guys.